Okay, stop scrolling. Because what I'm about to tell you is not a rumor, not a blind item, not some gossip account making things up. This comes straight from a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, with documents reviewed by the Los Angeles Times, USA Today, and TMZ, all citing the same court filing, word for word. Kylie Jenner, billionaire, beauty mogul, one of the most followed people on the planet, has been sued by her former private chef. And the allegations in this complaint? They are heavy. Not just legally heavy. Humanly heavy. This woman says she lost her baby. And she says the working conditions inside Kylie Jenner's household are why. That is what is sitting in a Los Angeles courtroom right now. So let's go through every single detail, because the public deserves to know what these documents actually say. Let's start from the beginning, because context matters here. Around Thanksgiving 2024, this woman, whose name has not been made public, and the LA Times deliberately did not identify her, was told she had been selected to work as Kylie Jenner's private chef. That's the kind of job that sounds like a dream on paper. Working for one of the most famous households in the world. Access, prestige, a steady paycheck. She took the job. She started working. And within weeks, she realized something important that she needed to tell her employers. In early December 2024, according to court documents filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, she informed her supervisors, also named as defendants in this lawsuit, that she was 3 months pregnant. She told them her pregnancy was high risk. And she told them she required, and I'm quoting directly from the complaint here, reasonable accommodations to protect her health and pregnancy. That is not a bold request. Under California law, pregnancy accommodations in the workplace are a legal right. You notify your employer. You ask for adjustments. That is how it is supposed to work. According to the lawsuit, that is not what happened here. Instead of receiving those accommodations, the filing alleges she was assigned to routinely work 11 to 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week. That's described in court documents reviewed by the LA Times. Not a side comment. The formal legal complaint. And the supervisors, the filing claims, were not just unhelpful.
Grueling work hours and no pregnancy accommodations led to her miscarriage. She started working for Jenner near Thanksgiving.
They were, in the document's own word, hostile. Now we get to one of the most specific and documented moments in this entire lawsuit, and I want to walk through it carefully because every detail here comes from the court filing itself. New Year's Eve, 2024. The chef claims that on that night, supervisors directed her to lift and transport heavy food items across the street and uphill, without any assistance. She was 3 months pregnant, she had already disclosed her high-risk pregnancy, she had already asked for accommodations. According to the court documents, as a result of that physical exertion, she became dizzy. She began choking and gasping for air. Security personnel had to step in, providing water and helping her recover. That is a medical emergency on the job. Documented. Filed in court. And here's the part that makes you pause. When this happened, what was the response from management? According to the lawsuit, a manager reprimanded her later that same day for, and these are the words from the complaint, upsetting Kylie with her behavior. She nearly passed out while pregnant. And allegedly, the concern was that it upset her employer. This is the night the lawsuit says everything fell apart. Around February 1, 2025, the chef, now 5 months pregnant, was assigned to work a birthday event for Kylie Jenner's child in Palm Springs. The complaint says she was not provided adequate support despite the scale and demands of the event. She asked for help. According to the lawsuit, supervisors ignored her. The complaint states that due to exhaustion and overwhelming physical strain, she broke down emotionally in the bathroom during the event. Not off to the side, not after the party. During. She was 5 months pregnant, working an event she says she was not adequately supported through, and she broke down in a bathroom. That evening, court documents say, she experienced extreme physical exhaustion and heaviness throughout her body. The next morning, still in Palm Springs, she woke up to severe hemorrhaging. She drove herself to the emergency room. Alone. At the hospital, according to the complaint, she was informed there was no detectable heartbeat. She had lost her unborn child. That is in the court filing. Verified by documents reviewed by the Los Angeles Times and USA Today. She drove herself to the emergency room. Alone. And she came home without her baby. If you thought the story ended there, it didn't. When the chef returned to work and disclosed what had happened, that she had miscarried, that she had been hospitalized, the complaint says supervisors responded by falsely accusing her of leaving Kylie Jenner's kitchen and refrigerator in disarray following the February 1st event. She told them she lost her baby. And the response, according to this lawsuit, was about the state of the kitchen. The filing also states that on February 8, 2025, just 1 week after losing her pregnancy, the chef suffered another severe hemorrhage and collapsed in her bathroom. She was hospitalized again. The complaint also mentions that during her employment, one supervisor told her, and this is a direct quote from the filing as reported by multiple verified outlets, "Stop it, just stop it. You are upsetting Kylie. You are making her depressed." That was said to a woman who had just had a miscarriage. Let's keep going through the documented timeline, because this part matters too. On March 14, 2025, the chef says she was told she had been removed from the Kylie Jenner household assignment and that March 31, 2025 would be her final day. According to court documents, the following week, she was actually asked what it would take for her to work a future event for Jenner. She clarified she had never resigned and believed she had already been terminated. A manager said they would discuss it with the team. She was later told it was not going to work out. The complaint also alleges that throughout her entire employment, she was never provided compliant meal periods, rest periods, overtime compensation, mileage reimbursement, or accurate wage statements. The lawsuit claims she was also improperly classified as an independent contractor rather than an employee, a classification that matters enormously when it comes to legal protections. After being let go, the chef filed a formal written complaint with TriStar, the business management firm named as a co-defendant in this lawsuit, detailing the alleged discrimination, harassment, retaliation, accommodation failures, and wage violations. Then, on May 22, 2025, according to court documents, a member of the TriStar management team sent her an email. That email proposed a settlement and release agreement, meaning they offered her money, in exchange for her giving up her right to sue. She said no. And on June 22, 2025, she filed this lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court. The claims in the complaint include discrimination, harassment, emotional distress, wrongful termination, retaliation, and failure to pay proper wages, more than 24 claims in total, according to USA Today. She is seeking back pay, lost wages, lost earnings, lost employment benefits, all unpaid wages, attorney's fees, and a jury trial. Here is the context that makes this story even bigger than just the chef's case alone. This is the third lawsuit filed against Kylie Jenner by former household employees in under 2 months. The first came on April 17, 2025, when former housekeeper Angelica Hernandez Vasquez filed suit against Jenner, alleging she was treated with hostility and exclusion during her time working at Jenner's Los Angeles home. Her complaint described what she called a toxic and abusive environment. According to court documents reported by workerscompensation.com, she faced demeaning comments about her Salvadoran heritage and immigration status, mockery due to her accent, and ridicule of her Catholic religion. She also alleged she was sent to clean other people's homes, including Jenner's boyfriend's residence, and was not reimbursed for related travel and expenses. The complaint states that in March 2025, a supervisor threw hangers at her while reprimanding her. The second lawsuit was filed on April 29, 2025, by another former housekeeper, Juana Delgado Soto. Her complaint alleged she was mocked by her supervisor, routinely denied meal and rest breaks, and faced retaliation after she filed a complaint with Human Resources. The filing further alleged that Jenner did not intervene despite the housekeeper apparently slipping Jenner a letter directly, describing the abuse she was suffering and pleading for help. All three of these lawsuits are represented by attorney Della Shaker of Shaker Law Group. 3 employees. 3 separate lawsuits. All filed within about 2 months. All alleging workplace conditions involving a household that belongs to one of the most publicly recognizable names in the world. Attorney Della Shaker, representing the former chef, gave a statement to USA Today on June 25, 2025. She said, "For our client, this case is about finding justice after one of the most painful chapters of her life." She also told the LA Times, "Celebrity status does not exempt anyone from California's employment laws. We look forward to presenting the evidence in court and allowing the facts to speak for themselves." That second statement is important. It's not just talking to a tabloid. It's a direct message from a lawyer telling the public that they believe the facts of this case are strong enough to take in front of a jury. As of the time of writing this script, a representative for Kylie Jenner had not responded to requests for comment from the LA Times, USA Today, or other outlets. Neither Jenner nor any of the other entities named in the lawsuits have issued public statements responding to the allegations. Kylie Jenner is 28 years old. She is one of the most commercially successful young entrepreneurs in entertainment history. And right now, she is facing 3 active workplace lawsuits filed by former members of her own household staff. Here is what I want people to sit with, because this isn't just a celebrity lawsuit story. There's something larger happening here. California has some of the strongest pregnancy discrimination and workplace accommodation laws in the United States. If the allegations in this lawsuit are true, if a pregnant employee with a high-risk pregnancy informed her supervisors of her condition, formally requested accommodations, was denied those accommodations, was forced into physically dangerous situations, and then lost her pregnancy as a result, that is not just a workplace lawsuit. That is a profound failure of the most basic duty any employer has toward the people who work for them. And the detail that stands out beyond all the legal language is this: she drove herself to the emergency room. Alone. The morning after working an event she allegedly should never have been assigned to in that condition. She didn't have someone from the household checking on her. She didn't have a manager calling. She woke up hemorrhaging in Palm Springs, and she got in a car and drove herself to a hospital. That image, regardless of how this case ultimately resolves in court, says something real about what this woman went through. The lawsuit is now before Los Angeles Superior Court. No trial date has been set. No public response has come from Kylie Jenner's camp. The facts will eventually be tested in court, in front of a jury, as the attorney made clear. But right now, what we know is this: there is a woman who went to work for one of the most famous households in the world while pregnant, asked for basic accommodations, says she was denied them, and lost her pregnancy. And she is asking a court to hold the people responsible accountable for it. That is where this story stands today, June 26, 2026, as reported by the LA Times, USA Today, TMZ, and confirmed in court documents filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on June 22, 2025. Everything you just heard came directly from verified sources. Court documents. Attorney statements on the record. Major outlets who reviewed the filing themselves. No speculation. No embellishment. Just what is written down, filed, and now part of the public record. This is one of those stories where the facts, just the facts, are enough. If this lawsuit progresses, if Kylie Jenner or her team issues a formal response, if anything changes in court, we will cover it. Because this story is not over. Not by a long shot. If you think this deserves more attention, share it. And drop in the comments what you think about all of this, because I genuinely want to know where people stand. All facts sourced from Los Angeles Superior Court filing, June 22, 2025, Los Angeles Times, USA Today, TMZ, WorkersCompensation.com, Complex, and Yahoo Entertainment, all reporting based on court documents reviewed independently.